inshallah. Okay, so your generosity will be greatly appreciated. The next one is, of course, whether we will have one more gathering before we leave for Umrah, inshallah. We will discuss it later. Because I'm sure, in Ramadan, everybody might be quite busy preparing or with their family or in the mosque. So we will ask you about whether you still want to have one more gathering, or if we have an iftar here or iftar in the park or whatever it is, in the Regent's Park, so that we can, keep in touch during Ramadan, inshallah. Okay, so we will update to you on that, inshallah. So without further ado, okay, before that, what is the date today in Sha'ban? Anybody? 25th or 26th, something like that. Yeah. So that means it's very near to the end of Sha'ban. Okay. For those of you who have done a lot of fasting in the month of Sha'ban, as recommended by Prophet Mohammad sallallahu, alhamdulillah. For those who have not done, it's too late. You are not allowed to fast at all. Yeah, until beginning of Ramadan. The reason is, of course, firstly is that you can rest before the beginning of the whole holy month, and also to differentiate between the fasting in Ramadan and fasting in Sha'ban. So those of you who are not used to fasting, you stop fasting now until the beginning of Ramadan, inshallah. Yeah. So
if you've been fasting Mondays and Thursdays,
if you have been fasting, you can fast on Mondays. Yeah, but 2 or 3 days before Ramadan, you have to stop. It's a recommendation to stop. Okay, because you want to differentiate between Ramadan and Sha'ban. Yeah, just so that you can rest. Yeah, because as you know, down here, as I was telling some people back in Singapore or Indonesia, they should consider yourselves so fortunate because they don't have what we have now. Because as you know, our Ramadan is quite difficult now, because Fajr now is about 3:30 almost, and Iftar time is about what time? 8:30. So it's quite a lot of time. And as you know, in London, there's not much place where there's air conditioned, and the underground is baking hot, about 45 degrees underneath the underground. So it's very, very hot. Yeah. So we have a lot of tests actually in Ramadan compared to those people who are living in tropical countries where the timing doesn't really change much. Yeah, because for those people, Fajr time is normally about 4 or 5 o'clock standard all the years, and Maghrib time is only about 6:30 or 7 o'clock standard. It's not much variation. Okay. Now, without further ado, I would invite Brother Abdullah. Can you turn to Qur'an, Surah number 66, verse number 6 to 8? To recite the Qur'an, Surah At-Tahrim, 66, verse number 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة عليها ملائكة غلاظ شداد لا يعصون الله ما أمرهم ويفعلون ما يؤمرون يا أيها الذين كفروا لا تعتذروا اليوم إنما تجزون ما كنتم تعملون يا أيها الذين آمنوا توبوا إلى الله توبة نصوحا عسى ربكم أن يكفر عنكم سيئاتكم ويدخلكم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار يوم لا يخزي الله النبي والذين آمنوا معه نورهم يسعى بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم يقولون ربنا أتمم لنا نورنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير صدق الله العظيم.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Everybody got the page? Okay, I think people do not have the Quran. Now At-Tahrim, At-Tahrim 66 verse number 6 to 8. Yeah, I think this is an appropriate surah to recite before Ramadan. Yeah, as a reminder of what Allah has ordered us to do. Okay, verse number 6. Oh, you who believe. Okay, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu stated clearly. Okay, what did he say? He said that whenever any one of us come across the verse Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or oh you who believe, it is a sign that Allah is asking us to be alert. Okay, to be alert is just like when anybody is reciting or calling your name. Yeah, for example, if I call Jamal, okay, if I call Jamal, he would turn around and he would wait for what is the thing that I'm going to tell him. Okay, it's from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Yes, so secondly, after being alert, you have to know what Allah is telling you to do. Either it is a command or a prohibition. Okay, so when you see Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, oh you believe, we have to be alert because there is something that Allah is going to tell us. Okay, what did Allah telling us? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Okay, which means ward off yourselves and your families against a fire. Okay, it is important for us to realize this because, as you know, there's a lot of temptations in this world. Yeah, and all of us know that wealth and children has been created as a trial to us. Okay, as Allah stated in the Qur'an, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, another part of the Qur'an, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu la tulhikum amwalukum wala auladukum an dzikrillah wa may yaf'al dzalika fa ulaika humul khasirun. Tentu surah number 63, tentu surah number al-munafiqun, verse number, I think verse number 8 or 9. Again, verse number 9.
You know the surah number? It's like, is it five?
Surah al-munafiqun 63, verse number 9. Oh, you who believe, again. Yeah, oh, you who believe. That means you have to be alert when Allah says this in the Quran. Let not your properties or your children divert you from the remembrance of Allah, and whosoever does that, then they are the losers. Okay, another part of the Quran. Okay, another part of the Quran stated clearly, Al-malu wal-banuna zinatul hayati dunya wal-baqiyatu salihatu khairun inda rabbika thawaban wa khairun amala. Which surah is this? You recite every Friday. Surah Al-Kahf, verse number, turn to surah number 18, verse number, I think 46 or 49. Wealth and children are the adornments of life in this world, but the good, righteous deeds that last are better with your Lord in terms of rewards and are better in terms of hope. Surah Al-Kahf, surah number 18, verse number 46. And so all these are reminders from Allah not to be too distracted. Yeah. And also the last one in Surah Ali Imran, Allah stated, Zuyyina linnasi hubbu shahwati minan nisa'i wal banina wal qanatir muqantarati minadh dhahabi wal fiddati wal khayril musawwamatil wal an'ami wal had dzalika mata'ul hayati dunya wallahu 'indahu husnul ma'ab. Tentu surah number 3, verse number, I think number 18. Sorry, I think it's number 4, number what? 14, yeah? 14. Surah number 3, verse number 14. Beautified for men is the love of things that they covet, women, children, much of gold and silver, branded, beautiful horses, cattle, and well-tilled land. This is the pleasure of the present world life, but Allah has the excellent return with Him. Okay, all these are constant reminders Allah told us. Never, never be tempted in this world. All of us, everything that we have in front of you, everything will come to an end one day. And we do not know exactly when it's going to come to an end. So that's why, as I said before, if you turn back to Surah number 66, verse number 6, this is an appropriate surah, or appropriate verse to be recited before we face the month of Ramadan. Because Allah has warned us to protect our families and ourselves against a fire. Okay, and Allah said, it continues, وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَةُ, which means whose fuel is man or stones. That means we will be the fuel of the hellfire. And the stones are those stones that the people have worshipped. These will be the fuel for the hellfire. Okay? And over which are appointed angels, stern and severe, who disobey not from executing the commands they receive from Allah, but do that which they are commanded. As you know,